you've watched the Walk of Shame ad online? The answer is 380,000.
Welcome back to Monday's edition of Britain's Brightest Daytime Show with Steve First, Anne Diamond and Jimmy Osmond. Still to come this fine day, who should open the Olympics? X Factor winner's Little Mix or a troupe of Morris men? 0207 173 5555 is the number. Should popular take precedent over tradition? Become a Morris man. A simple error, and then you can do it. Well, then you may be able to do it, yeah? You'd look good with a codpiece and some jingly bells.
I bet you would.
In fact, you've already got the codpiece, haven't you? Yeah. Just got to get you some bells. Right now, though, I want to take... I can't wait, really, to hear your take on this Christmas telly ad by the upmarket department store Harvey Nicks. Launched last week, it's provoked a storm of protest. Here's a clip to help you make up your own mind. Like Cheryl Cole, the one at the end of it.
Yeah.
The full ad runs about 30 seconds longer than that and includes many more rough-looking ladies. OK, that's just the beginning. But even with an edited version, like the one we've shown you, I think you get the message. The ad appears to be saying posh girls can go out all night and still look absolutely fabulous, darling, when they return home to their luxury abodes. The rest of you can't. But even if that is the message, you could argue the commercial is simply giving a light-hearted nod to the phenomenon of the Walk of Shame, as characterised by the Weakest Link TV show. Maybe there's only a class issue at play in the advert if you want to see a class issue at play. I mean, we see photos of drunk girls in short dresses lagging in the street all the time, but do we always make assumptions about their social class? I don't think we necessarily do. Does the advert perpetuate a tired old double standard that if you're an independent, sexually active woman, you have something to be ashamed of, unless you live in a big house? Yeah, I guess maybe it is having a pop at the financially challenged. Or does it simply say that if you're wearing clothes you're comfortable in, you can go anywhere, do anything, and still have confidence when you come home in the morning? That's what the store reckons, by the way. They say the ad simply says a great dress and shoes will cover a multitude of sins and no one will notice your bleary eyes and smudged makeup. That, though, didn't wash with a quarter of Daily Mirror readers who found the ad offensive. What do you reckon, Jimmy? Is it offensive?
What does it have to do with Christmas? I'd love to know.
Oh, it's buying stuff. There's a tree in the background.
Yeah, I think it's terrible. I don't like it. I think it's depressing in a way.
In what way?
I don't know. Just the fact that society, you know, even after the parties and all that kind of stuff, it's not a very positive thing. And I think also trying to put people in classes like that, I think is rubbish.
It doing that? Is that what you perceive?
Well, I think that's what the intent was, isn't it, with the way the advert looks. But I don't know. I think it's rubbish. I think we should have good role models for women, and we should present them properly. And it's a festive time, and we should have uplifting, positive messages at this one time of year that we can all celebrate the goodness in life. That's what I think.
I'm normally fairly sensitive to class issues, and I don't really get... I mean, I get it right at the end. She lives in a big house, and she's got a gold reflector on her that makes it look like she's been touched by the hand of God or something, or the sun shines on her. But I wouldn't have automatically assumed all the other ladies in the ad, Anne, were of lower social standing.
Some misogynistic executive at the top of some advertising company thinks this is funny. And it's not funny. It's celebrating probably the worst aspect of Christmas, not the best. You know, OK, lots of girls stay out late and party and feel a bit sorry for themselves the next morning, but why highlight it in an advert, for heaven's sake? This would turn me against Harvey Nichols, not wanting to go in.
You don't see... I mean, I can't remember the whole ad, like I said.
You can just imagine the advertising executives who thought this was funny.
But they've got to get it past the client. The client wouldn't agree to it if they didn't like it.
And Harvey Nicks is a store for posh people.
Exactly.
It's a posh people.
We're not talking about Aldi. It's not a store, you know, or Shoe Express. This is a high-end, you know, store, if you've ever been to Harvey Nichols in any of its branches, populated by people who like to be seen because they're kind of clothes horse people. And
But what a sad commentary.
Yeah.
Well, hey, but that's not the debate. And how weird that good-looking, willowy ladies have bigger houses to live in because they're doing better in life. That's just unfortunately.
But we didn't see the other houses, did we? We saw. I mean, one of the girls goes down Regent's Park Tube. So, in actual fact, the assumption that the critics are making that only this posh girl lives in a big house is actually based on
not a house.
She lives in a mansion. Don't see where the other girls live.
She lives in a mansion block flat. It might be shared with 6 Kosovans.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? And a bear high on drugs. You don't know. When she opens that door, it could be a mess. It could be awful.
Honey, mummy.
It could be a crack den that she's going to buy crack to keep her awake for the rest of the day. We don't know.
Just going back there, we don't see where the other women live. So this feeling that the ad is putting these other women down... OK, we haven't seen how the other woman's got there. We don't know whether the posh woman has come by tube. We just see her walking into her house. So you are making assumptions about the other women and the posh woman. You're
assuming... It's all our fault, is it?
Well, I'm just suggesting...
I'm sorry. This ad was made to deliver a whole attitude, and it does, and it's very unfortunate, I think.
Shop at our shop because it's glamorous.
Shop at our shop because we look down on other people.
Well, yeah, and if,
but I'd say again, we're making assumptions that the ad looks down on people. We don't see. How do you know that the girl that goes down Regent's Park Tube, right, isn't going back to a huge house?
Well, she might well be, but she's staggering and looking very much the worse for wear. Whereas the girl at the end didn't have a drink last night. Look at her. She did not have a drink. She has no bags under her eyes. She's as skinny as anything, and she looks perfect. I'm sorry, she hasn't been out all night.
One's had a better time than the other one.
Yeah.
So, you know...
It's an unnecessary advert. Why did they do that? Why can't they, like Jimmy said, why can't they celebrate the nice things about Christmas?
Well, like good quality clothes.
The John Lewis advert, that's what I love.
Yeah, come to our shop and spend money in our shop. So we'll get into your, you know, we'll kind of lure you in with kind of engaging with a small boy and a lovely song, and then, but spend money. It's still about money.
We're very blessed because we've got Jimmy in with us this morning. The audience is comprised almost entirely of women, and none of whom look like the women of... well, that had had too much in the advert. Let's hear what they have to say. Eric, what do they say?
Well, we've got Angela here. So what do you think? You've seen the advert?
Yeah, I thought it made it look like it was saying if you're rich, you're going to come home looking beautiful in the morning, and if you're poor, you're going to come home looking like a drunk tart.
Do you got that? Where did you make... Because you don't see where the other women live. You only see where the posh woman at the end lives. So how do we make the assumption that she's really posh and the others aren't?
Because I think in adverts, you always get the message at the end of the advert. So, so at the end of the advert, they're saying, oh, you know, this woman shops at Harvey Nichols and she lives in this lovely house and she comes home in the morning looking glamorous, whereas the others didn't.
I take your point. It's all dropped in the last few seconds. Lady on the other side?
Gina?
I mean, the key thing here, for me, is the fact that the other women were... normal figures, shall we say, the average figures, ill-fitting clothes, OK, but the woman that was walking into that house was stick thin and had obviously been dressed beautifully.
So does that mean that ordinary women hate stick thin women, or that only stick thin women are allowed in Harvey Nicks?
There's a lot of things in the press, and basically everybody's got to be thin. You can't have a rounded figure in any way, shape or form, unless, of course, you watch Gokwan.
OK, point taken.
So it's fascist as well.
Yeah, it's
just got everything wrong with it, that advert.
I actually compared it to the Littlewoods one we discussed. I can't remember. Were you on for the Littlewoods one? No, that was where all it was is, what are you going to buy me, Mum? What are you going to buy me, Mum? What are you going to buy me? And it's all this stuff worth hundreds and hundreds of quid. That one freaked me out. This one, I think it just affects you women, actually. I think it touches a nerve. Let's find out on the phones,
OK,
Kirsty.
we have Melissa on line 1.
Melissa, good morning.
Hiya.
Hiya, so do you like the ad?
Well, no, actually. Listening to what you're saying, it is going stereotypical. You know, the woman, the nice, perfect-looking woman is the slim woman, or all these other shapes, you know, that's not conforming.
Hang on, you see, this is you girls, because I thought some of the other women in the ads were quite attractive. There we go. I like their dresses.
Well, that's the thing. It's not about being attractive, is it? All the other women are, you know, it takes all the different shapes to make the world. but then the skinny woman at the end, which we're assuming by going into this house that that's not her boyfriend's house or somebody else's house anyway. The clothes she's wearing doesn't even have to be hers. We make lots of assumptions.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. That's the nature of the beast. But at the end of the day, do you think it's a snobbish, class-ridden ad full of hate, Melissa, or is that overstating it just a tad?
Well, put it this way, it has it down the middle, yes.
Right.
The backbone of it.
OK. Thank you very much for the calls. After the ads, my favourite phone-in of the day we'll have for you, and that's who should open the Olympics, a little mix, or some Morris men, a top telly turn, or a troupe of traditionalists. If only one could get a gig at the opening ceremony, who should it be? Chris Thompson has Facebooked to say he reckons by the time the Olympics come around, no one will know who Little Mix are. 0207 173 5555 is the number you need. We'll see you back here in 3.
According to the Mail on Sunday, what will Morris dancers do if they can't perform at the Olympics? Dance sticks forever, flash mob at the Games, or kidnap Lord Co? Find out after the break.